Welcome back to Singleness, Dating, Marriage, Gospel. And today we begin the New Testament and we are going to start in Matthew chapter 5, 27 through 30. And Jesus says, "You have heard that it was said to those of old, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out, cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you than for one of your members to perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off, cast it from you. For it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell." So Jesus is obviously very serious about this. Let me give you a little context. So this is the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus Christ preaching a sermon. So that itself ought to wake us up. Now, he is dealing with the religious Pharisees and Sadducees, the religious leaders that try to keep the law of God, but they have really minimized everything. They see, oh, you shall not commit adultery. Oh, as long as I don't go and have sexual relations with another woman who's not my wife, oh, I'm not breaking that command. But Jesus says to his people, your righteousness needs to surpass theirs. And I don't just want you to look at the letter and say, oh, as long as I'm not having sexual relationships with someone that's not my wife. No, I want you to realize the heart, the intent of the law, that even if you look and you lust, you have that sexual desire or fantasy for them. You've already committed adultery in your heart. And that's what Jesus is teaching here. Now, what does this have to say to you who are single and you who are dating? Listen, males and females, you must practice guarding your eyes, both in public and in private, rather real, digital, or imaginary persons. And you must be careful not to present yourself immodestly in a way that may lead another to lust after you. And you must cut off from your life anything that causes you to sin in this way. I know that's a lot. Let's break that down. So, males and females who are single, who are dating, listen. You must practice guarding your eyes, both in public and in private. That includes the things you watch, that includes social media, what you watch on your phone, the movies you watch, television shows you watch, what you watch on your computer. Very important. That includes in public and in private. Doesn't matter if you're by yourself, you think no one sees. Guess who sees? God sees. His eyes are in every place, keeping watch on the good and the evil. Or in public, going to the movies with your friends, maybe going to the beach. Are you letting your eyes wander? You're lusting over those members of the opposite sex sexually? That's what it's talking about. You must guard your eyes. And listen, rather real, digital, or imaginary persons. So that's dealing with actual people. That's dealing with digital people. And that's even dealing with in your imagination, say in your dreams. I mean, just daydreaming during the day. You must guard your eyes. You must also guard your mind. And listen, and you must be careful not to present yourself immodestly in a way that may lead another to lust over you. That includes the way you dress. Okay, male and female. Now, I know it's probably more prominent in females to dress in a way that would entice a man to look at you, to parts of your body that would cause him to lust over you, to have a sexual desire for you. Sisters, listen to me. Jesus is very serious about that. He says, if anyone causes one of my brothers, one of my little ones to sin, it's better for him to have a large stone tied around his neck, cast into the sea, and drown. Jesus is very serious, but it isn't only exclusively for women. That's for you too, men, my males out there, single and dating. We must be careful not to present ourselves immodestly. What's immodestly? In a way that would lead others to lust over us, to have that sexual desire for us. And then I said this, and you must cut off from your life anything that causes you to sin in this way. That Jesus makes that very clear. He's like, it's better for one of your members to perish than your whole body to be cast into hell. There's things in your life, there's things in my life. They may be innocent, but they might be the cause of our sin. We may not be able to handle them. So guess what? It's better to cast off that good thing and amputate, cut it off from your life. Maybe it's another person that always leads you to sin. I don't know. Maybe it's your cell phone. I don't know. But it's better to go through life without that thing than for your whole body to be cast into hell. Do you want to go to hell for that thing? Now, what about my married couples? Well, I'll repeat what I said to the single and dating, but I'm going to add a little bit. Listen, husband and wife, you must practice guarding your eyes both in public and in private, rather real, digital, or imaginary persons, and you must be careful not to present yourself immodestly in a way that may lead another to lust over you, other than the one man or one woman that the Lord has joined you with for life, who is your sole source of sexual satisfaction. That's very important. If you are married, God has given you one man, or God has given you one woman. Men, God gives one woman. Women, God gives one man. And that man or woman is your sole source of sexual satisfaction. Remember the devotional we did over satisfaction out of Proverbs 5? Drink water from your own cisterns and running water for your own well. Why should your streams be dispersed abroad in the streets? It says, be satisfied with the wife of your youth. Let her breast satisfy you always. Always be in rapture with her love. Why should you be embraced in the arms of a seductress? Listen, your husband or your wife is your sole source of sexual satisfaction, even in your mind, in your imagination. That's the only person the Lord has appointed for you. Now, you must also cut off from your life anything that causes you to sin in that way. In the sexual fantasies, or remember what you watch, the people you hang out with, social media, so on and so forth. Now, most importantly, how do we accomplish this? It's only by the gospel. Listen, the only way to have victory in this area is to find Jesus Christ in his person and work as more beautiful and attractive than the most attractive human being. I mean, what turns you away? If you're really attracted to one, let's say men, you're really attracted to one female, and you have sexual fantasies, you're lusting over this person, and you're just like, man, I can't stop doing it. How come the more I try to stop, the more I do it? And then you meet a more attractive female. And guess what? Now you don't even you don't even have to struggle because you're attracted to another. However, now you're still in sin because you're lusting over her. The sin has just transferred people. How do you have victory in this area? It's by finding Jesus Christ and this person and work more attractive than any human being. That's the only way. Why is Jesus Christ attractive? Why should we find him attractive? Because listen, you, my friend, and me, we are sinners. And God is righteous, and he must punish every sin with eternity in hell. Remember, Jesus talked about your whole body to be cast into hell? God is righteous, and he must cast everyone who even does one sin in their thought, cast them into eternal hell, because he's an eternal God. But God, in his mercy, sent Jesus Christ into this world. And Jesus Christ gained a righteousness for those like you and me who cannot gain our own. And then he went to the cross, and he suffered, and he died. And it pleased the Lord to crush him. And God poured out all his anger and fury upon him. And he forsook his own son. And Jesus cried, my God, why have you forsaken me? But God raised him from the dead. And now he sits at the right hand of God. And he sits there to save us completely if we come to God through him. If we see he is our only hope. He is our only righteousness. He is our only forgiveness. And we cling to him for life. And we find that attractive, that's the only way we can have victory.